until I get a rising star and then push that person,
Right.
moving forward.
Exactly.
Better.
Exactly. So you got the blueprint, man. And again, man, you're just in a great position because a lot of people that start, like I've been doing a lot of these, and they're starting from a place where they don't have really any pedigree or chops or background. So the one thing you'll have to be careful about is, like, I know people that jump in from not being public facing at all to, because you can throw money at it. You'll be able to throw money at it and get a videographer and create all the content. And then, you know, no one will give a shit because they won't have the context on you. Right.
Mm.
So I think the most important thing that I decided when I jumped in is like, all right, what's going to be kind of my entry point, right? With respects to like, how am I going to lead about who I am? I didn't
Mm.
want to be the person that was like, yo, I'll turn you from a 6-figure to a 7-figure person. Like, I wanted to lead with like, yo, this is why I'm doing this. Right. And that has served me very well because I've been able to connect deeply with people. I think deeper than a lot of people on the web whom lead with like rented Lamborghinis and shit like that. They're just
Mhm. Mhm.
prodding on people's aspirations. It's
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
hard. It's not hard to look like you got it, you know. Um,
Mhm.
um, but I wanted to lead with like something that just was a little bit more heartfelt. And I think you can do that if you wanted to. And I think you should personally, because that's you coming from like, yo, look, this is where I come from. This is my background. Like, and you share that story like you did with your pops, like, yo, you know, 10K could have made it 2.8, it didn't. I'm glad it didn't. Like that whole opening thing, man, just I really want you to um start introducing that
Okay,
message, and
I got you.
and that's all it is the introduction of the
I'm gonna
message.
start writing that down.
Yep.
Mhm.
And the interesting thing is, like, you're gonna see, bro, the moment you have a camera on you like this, like, you're gonna lock up a little bit. You won't be able to share it as maybe as naturally as you did with me that first time, because you're gonna have to get used to the medium.
Okay.
Right. So it takes a little bit of repetition to get comfortable on the medium to be able to explain it as naturally as you would in conversation.
Right.
Right. So you're getting good twofold. You got to get good at honing message, which I actually think you kind of naturally have the right message. And then you get good at honing medium.
Got it.
You also have to deal with the discomfort that's going to come with, it'll be a little bit uncomfortable. People are going to be like, yo, you're doing this now. Like, like you're going to be that guy for a little while. But, I think that you can tune them out. You strike me as a guy that you'll be able to tune them out. You can put your blinders on. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then what I want you to do is I want you to create is what we call a pillar series, which is like
yeah. Hmm.
something episodic where you can do episode 1, 2, 3. So it gives you the room to be consistent. And it gives you
Got it.
the
Okay.
room to get people to tune in. It don't have to be every day, but like you could do it once a week or once every 2, whatever frequency works for you. But the pillar ends up being one of the most important pieces in this whole thing, because it gives you the room to give yourself a chance to showcase your strengths,
Mm.
right? So you'll spend a little bit of time thinking about what that pillar is going to be. You don't want it to be so specific that it's boring, but you also don't want it to be so broad that it means nothing to anyone. Right. So like it could be, I think the pillar's clear in this case. Like it could be something like, it's definitely going to be based around probably mortgages and how you build financial freedom doing this, let's say. And look, at first, no one's going to care because they don't have the context on you. But as they
Mhm.
begin learning about who Juan Santana is, and, you get some of that volume, the nice thing is, man, you can really tap the Hispanic angle a lot.
Mhm.
You can start getting guys like me on your show, let's say, who I have a little
Right.
bit of audience, and then I'm bringing my people to you, and then they say, "Yo, this guy's kind of dope. Let me check him out." And so
Understood.
the great thing is, because you don't have the pressure to monetize, you could let it breathe a little bit, because a lot of cats who jump in and they need the pressure, they need the money now. They start
Mm.
trying to sell you right away, yo. And it's like meeting someone who's just like, yo, you want to buy you? And you're just like, bro, relax. Like, you resonate so much more with someone who they don't got nothing to prove to you. You dap them up, yo, what's good? And you just get to know them, you know? That's the stage that you're at now. I want people to get to know you, what you're about. I'll put you on. You make content, I can commit to you now that I'll share it, right? Because we only win by having other people developed as well. So I'm gonna be like, yo, you gotta check this guy out. And you'll see, you'll start to grow it, and you'll start to get better on the medium. And what I want you to do now, I'm gonna get into some of the practical stuff, right?
Sure.
You're gonna need when you know COVID chills out and we can go back out and stuff. You're gonna need someone to trail you with a camera. You don't need them there with you every day.
Right. So let me give you some background. So I have this team as a full media team.
Oh my God. Amazing.
So we have a streaming channel. I'm gonna email you like our page, our streaming channel page. I want you to see like how the home team handles social media. And then I want you to see, like, I want to do something similar, but on that message, like we just discussed, like our own, like I want my own series from that, right? We have a streaming channel. We have the whole HTTV. We have the website that we can do all that.
Oh my
I can have you as a guest show. We had Jim Larius from the baseball Yankees. He's doing like a whole sporting theme. We have a guy, A-Rod's doctor, is doing like a whole. We have a whole, like, when it comes to media and mortgages, it's like the coolest page on Facebook. You're like, what the hell? I thought this was about mortgages.
What's the pitch? Let me find it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, the home team, Freedom Mortgage.
Wow,
that people be like, wait, is this Freedom? Yeah, wait till you see it. So, and we have an idea for the show. 2 ideas. Number one, the corner, where we go back. It was supposed to start before COVID, but the idea was the corner. And I was going to do is I was going to pick a different corner by inviting different people that I want to host. And be like, talk to me about this neighborhood, about this real estate, what's going on. What, you know, hey, I have this guest. He knows, he's a public city planner. He knows exactly what's coming up on Atlantic Avenue in East New York. Talk to me about this neighborhood. What's so special? What's the new project? I'll help you to expose the real estate producers, expose myself, and et cetera. Then another one, I wanted to have a Spanish version, like Mesa del Cierre, where I was going to bring in guest speakers and talk about, you know, like the inspirational part. Like, how did you make it? How did you make it in mortgages or real estate? Tell me, you know, as a Spanish, somebody from the Spanish Latino background, tell me what you did. And I was going to go that route as well. But yeah, continue, please. This is good because we're on the same foot.
I like them both. It'll take some experimentation to dial in which one is going to have the most legs.
True.
The corner I like is going to be a little bit difficult to sustain because every time you do it, you got to have the whole crew come out. You got to have a different corner. You got to have a different guest. And I think it's going to be probably the more visually interesting concept, but it's going to come at the expense of it's going to be difficult to sustain. However, I still want you to give it a shot, right? Because it's going to take. It took me a number of tries to be like, okay, this is the perfect. You're going to need to find the perfect mix of like, okay, I can showcase my expertise and it's not that hard to kind of sustain. Right. But we agree, you dial in a core show. Right. And then from there, bro, I'll share one other piece that is instrumental, which you might have in-house at Home Freedom Mortgage team. And that is we call them like a micro content editor. And this is a person whom once you upload your show, let's say it's, 25, 30 minutes long, whatever, you're uploading those. Then it's someone's job to go in there and find a little moment when you were on fire. Like, ooh, he got lit right there. And you take that clip and that's your standalone, then you drop that as a standalone clip. Or you might have dropped a good quote that was like, yo, if you don't, if you don't have land, you settle for brands. Oh, wow, that was fire. Whoop, you take that. And then that person, I pay, I can share like my situation. I pay them $500 a month and they produce for me about 20 to 25 pieces a month. Okay. So that to me is a no-brainer. You mean to tell me all I got to do is focus my energy on the pillar, the main show. So you'll experiment on which one that's going to be. But once you have that, and you just put your energy into producing that, then you have one person. I personally like them being on my payroll because then you have the freedom that it doesn't always have to be like right on the nose with the mortgage thing. you know, and you're telling me for $500 a month, I could have at least a great piece of content to post, pretty much all month long. That's a no-brainer, because then that gives you the volume without you having to like recreate the wheel every time you want to post something, right? So now that's the framework around how you can get the volume. But the thing is, the volume is not going to be what wins you over those connections. It's going to be the message.
Right. There.
Right. Which you're going to hone and shit like that. But I think I think this is a big opportunity, man, for real, because you're going to see, I think you're going to be one of the brands that pops off a little faster than most, because you already have the chops, but you already have a message that resonates. And you're going to see a lot of the Latino market is going to pop and gravitate towards you. And I'll add this. I'm not sure how interested you are in like the speaking piece, but once you grow to a certain point, you're going to start being invited to,
well, I did. I do a lot. And I was going to ask your opinion on that. Like, what do I do with that? Like, do I say, hey, please give me, give me the recording, or can I have that? Like, how do I know? I don't know how to use that, because if you look at me on Facebook and Instagram, this whole COVID-19, I've been asked to speak multiple times on national platforms via Zoom to talk about mortgage and what to do, etc. So, and even before that, I got invited to the thing. So I want to use this time to now say, not only was I speaking on Zoom, I want to start speaking at conferences.
Exactly.
And I want to and that's also through the page, right? And obviously, you recommend. You have a personal Instagram, or is it all together? That's always like a big question.
It's all together.
All together, right?
Yeah, fuck it. It's just all blended. But to your point about like the speaking thing, when I first started speaking, I was doing it for free, and I was doing it wherever they would have me. And actually, I was invited nowhere. So I actually created my own meetup, and I made myself a speaker, right? And then you record yourself speaking at your own meetup. You can throw a big event, the mortgage conference, whatever, record yourself, snap photos, and then you can make a media kit. Okay. And then with this media kit is essentially like a 2 or 3 page document that shows photos, a little bit about who you are, your accolades, whatever. And you use that as a sales tool to get more talks. Okay.
Got it.
And now you're doing them for free to start, but then pretty soon thereafter, once you have enough under your belt, you start charging. Okay. And I started charging it. At first it was like $1,000, and then it was like 3,500. Then once your volume picks up, you have an agent represent you. Then my agent, it's, how it is. It's only commission based. So that doesn't cost you anything, but they increase your rate because they're trying to make a commission. So, now my rate is 15, maybe 20 G's. And before COVID, you're talking 1 hour. I'm doing 4 talks a month, making 20 G's every time. So that's a cool 60, 80 grand that you make just from the speaking side, which, by the way, at that point, you have a videographer on payroll that comes with you and just records all those talks, because you're right. These conferences cannot be trusted to record the talks, because they usually don't. So now, not only are you being paid to go and speak in front of an audience that they all follow you, then you're recording it, dicing it into little pieces of content, sharing it, and then you're giving more people to be like, "Ooh, yo, that was fire." They share it, more people, and it's a virtuous cycle, bro. It's incredible. Then you get into book deals, then you get into TV spots, and the core business that you built just gets amplified. And if you've been able to grow to this rate with, pretty limited visibility, we're talking at least a 3x, if not 5x, once the effects of like the personal brand really takes hold.
Good. That's fantastic. You're gonna see me join in from the phone, because my computer's at 1%.
Okay.
If you don't mind just letting me in, and then
I just let you in.
And then we could finish on the phone. So what I was saying, I know you have to go, and I know you're very busy. My last thing was, can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My last thing was, I know you're busy, right? And I know you said I have access to your email now, etc. And I know your time is very valuable. I'm a very big call to action type of guy, right? I wrote all these things down. I'm gonna get them done. I want to be whatever you can do. I humbly request. I would love to continue this dialogue, this
Me too, bro. Me too.
Whatever. Sure. You let me know what's the best way. Do I go back on Calendly? Do I give myself a 15 days, 30 days? Is this going to be open forever? Are you doing this just for now? You never do it again? What's the next step?
So it's a good question. I have no idea, right? It was an experiment that I did. But I know one thing for sure is I don't want to make it transactional, right? So like I consider you a friend now. So like what I want to do is get together and have a coffee, let's say when the shit chills out. You know, I'm going to be in Miami. I don't know if you're in Miami now, but I'll be in Miami in a couple weeks.
I'm in Orlando. I'm in Orlando now.
Okay.
Please let me know when you're in Miami because I may be able to drive down. I'll be here till the end of the month. So if you are around, let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there from the 19th to the 27th, just chilling, just to
So okay.
So I want to develop. Let's keep it going, bro, because I want to support you in this endeavor because it only helps us to have more of us, right?
Of course.
So,
and my gift to you is you'll be entered into my circle. If you're interested in anything real estate related, any investment, any commercial, any building. I mean, you name it, whatever you say. You say, one, this is my focus. I want to do multifamily homes in New York City, Florida. I want to do condo luxury buildings when they come back. I want to buy lots. And whatever it is that you want, I have that circle for you.
I love it. So I'll tell you this. My main focus is I'm buying real estate. Like, that's just what I love to do, man. Like, I'm one of my right now. I'm multifamily. And that's what I love, man. I want to buy more. I raise money when I buy. If I can buy myself, I do, but I try to buy deals. I usually buy deals that typically, it makes sense to bring other partners in. And by the way, Allentown, where I'm buying, and Easton, they're very Dominican towns.
Very Dominican, yeah.
They're growing super quickly, and they're just great. I don't know if you're into buying real estate, but that's like
I am. That's all that I have my own side, like on the side because of the business. I learned through one of my mentors and my coaches. He's Ecuadorian, lives in Park Slope, as the top Remax in Park Slope, Ecuadorian owned in Brooklyn. Nobody knows who he is. On the low for 25 years, owns all his buildings, all his real estate offices. Be a distributor, has a fucking Brooklyn top house in Myrtle Avenue in Brooklyn. He's like very well diverse. And the one thing he told me was you got to buy real estate. So I'm in the same boat. I have multiple personal properties. I buy multifamilies.
I love it.
I have a group, but I'm just saying, like, if you are looking to buy, you tell me the area, and I'll get you the off-market property. Like, I'll get you the exclusive.
Let's go. Done. Say no more, bro. Yo, so I'm gonna shoot you my number on this thing here, and then shoot me a text, all right? And then we'll be connected like proper, all right?
Thank you, John.
No doubt, bro. There's my number. Shoot me a text. I gotta run to my next one.
Yeah. Do your thing. Have a good one, man. And you can send me the recording if possible. Would be great.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Of course. No doubt, bro. Peace, man. Be well.
Take care.